Class, let's start today with an interesting set of data. In 2024, for trade settlements between China and ASEAN, letters of credit accounted for 28%, documentary payment DP accounted for 22%, and the method we're going to discuss today, documents against acceptance DA, reached 19% with an annual growth rate of 7%. Why are more and more companies choosing this payment method? What makes it so appealing? And how does it differ from the DP method we studied earlier? These are the questions we'll explore today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Clearly understand the definition, workflow, and key participants involved in DA settlements. 2. Analyze the advantages and potential risks of DA settlements for both buyers and sellers. 3. Master the critical considerations in operating DA transactions, especially the latest changes since 2024. To give you a clearer sense of how DA works in practice, let's imagine a real negotiation scenario. You are representing the exporter negotiating with an Indonesian buyer for the sale of mechanical equipment worth $500,000. The buyer clearly states that they want a 90-day credit term to manage their cash flow, but they do not want to incur the costs of a letter of credit. In this case, DA becomes a win-win solution. It satisfies the buyer's financing needs, giving them enough time to sell the goods before payment, while the bank's involvement ensures that the shipping documents are safely transmitted. In such a negotiation, if the DA method is chosen, the seller's top 3 concerns are payment security after buyer acceptance, timely delivery of documents, and hedging against exchange rate fluctuations. If we rank these concerns by priority, based on past statistics, most exporters prioritize payment security after buyer acceptance, as this directly affects whether they can collect the funds smoothly. Having understood the application scenario and the seller's main concerns, let's now systematically study the core concept and operational process of DA. Documents against acceptance D. A is a settlement method in which the exporter, after shipping the goods, issues a time draft and, together with the shipping documents, submits them to the bank for presentation to the importer. The importer accepts the draft, after which the bank releases the documents to them. On the draft's maturity date, the importer fulfills the payment obligation. DA is a form of documentary collection settlement. Let's take a look at the 4 key participants in documentary collection and the roles they play in the process. 1. Exporter. The seller of the goods, responsible for shipping the goods and preparing the full set of documents. The exporter is the recipient of payment. 2. Importer. The buyer of the goods, responsible for accepting the draft and making payment on the due date. The importer is the payer. 3. Remitting bank, usually located in the exporter's country. This bank receives the documents from the exporter and forwards them to the collecting bank. 4. Collecting bank, typically located in the importer's country. This bank presents the documents to the importer, collects the acceptance of the draft, and notifies payment upon maturity. Next, let's go through the full workflow of DA. 1. The buyer and the seller agree on DA terms in the contract, specifying the credit period, for example, 60 or 90 days, and the payment conditions. 2. The exporter ships the goods as per the contract and prepares the full set of documents, including the usance draft, commercial invoice, bill of lading, certificate of origin, etc. 3. The exporter submits the documents to the remitting bank, filling out a collection order with all DA-related instructions. 4. The remitting bank conducts a preliminary check and then forwards the documents to the collecting bank in the importer's country, along with the collection instructions. 5. The collecting bank promptly presents the document to the importer, requesting acceptance of the user's draft. 6. The importer accepts the draft committing to pay on its maturity date. 7. After receiving the importer's acceptance, the collecting bank releases the shipping documents to the importer. 8. The importer uses the documents to take delivery of the goods. 9. On the maturity date of the draft, the collecting bank presents the payment request to the importer. 10. The importer pays the amount due on the maturity date. The collecting bank then remits the funds to the remitting bank as per the collection instructions. 11. The remitting bank credits the payment to the exporter, completing the funds settlement. DA operations are not set in stone. Especially given the continuous updates to international trade rules and national regulations, it's crucial to stay informed about the latest changes. Please pay attention to the 2024 updates. 1. ASEAN Unified Requirement. The draft must include the note, subject to the latest URC 522, or it may be refused for payment. 2. China Customs new rule. Exports under DA must be simultaneously declared with the electronic customs declaration number to facilitate later verification. 3. Vietnam Special Regulation. For DA transactions over $100,000, the buyer's bank guarantee is mandatory, as required by the State Bank of Vietnam. Now, consider this scenario. If you are a company in Malaysia and your customer requests a 180-day credit term, according to the 2024 Malaysia Central Bank regulation, what additional document must you provide? Correct answer. The buyer's audited financial statements for the past 2 years. This is to assess the buyer's long-term payment capacity. Class, let's summarize the 3 golden rules for DA operations. Credit assessment 3 checks. Check the buyer's qualifications, historical transaction records, and guarantee measures. Draft terms 3 clarities. Clearly specify the applicable law, the payment term, and the responsibilities of both parties. Risk control 3 layers. Pay attention to export credit insurance, monitoring the flow of funds, and having emergency contingency plans. Special reminder, starting January 2025, Vietnam requires that DA transactions over $50,000 be pre-registered with the State Bank of Vietnam, and the trade contract and buyer's qualification documents must be submitted during registration. Finally, please complete the following exercises. This concludes today's lesson. See you next time.